Alright, let's craft. And today we're going to be making a glitter tumbler. Now, these guys are super easy to make, even if you're not a crafty person, young or old. It's fun to make with a group, with the friends, with the kids. You can customize any way you want with any color. So first we're going to start off with our supplies. We have a glass tumbler with a bamboo lid, some UV resin and a light to seal the bottom, some tools that we're going to be needing to use to fill our tumbler up with, a little funnel for the glitter, and we need the water and glycerin, of course. I'll have everything linked at the bottom in my website if you want to know all the steps, and the little charms and some glitters that we're going to be using. So first we're going to put a little bit of the resin in. You want to coat it with the resin first, that way your glitter doesn't stick to the glass. It's just helpful. You don't have to do that. I like to do that. And then I like to add my fine glitter first. We're going to be using this iridescent silver glitter. I really love doing this glitter because it catches the light so well, and it goes in super easy. The fine glitter you really don't have a problem with. I just use the funnel. You can do a little tap on the side like I'm doing. I've even seen people use these little vibrating machines, and it just gets the glitter really quick. Now, when you use the chunky glitter like this rose glitter is chunky and fine and has some flex in it. It's like a trio. I really like it because it has that trio in it, but it does get a little stuck. So I use this little like crochet kind of hook. I got it from the Dollar Tree, and I just kind of alternate between that and tapping and using my patience, and about a few minutes you'll get it all in there. Now, you don't want to put more than about a tablespoon and a half of glitter in there because you want the negative space so you actually see the glitter. So next I'm going to be adding the turquoise of the same kind of trio of glitter, and as you see I'm just kind of tilting it, shaking it. I'll use the little hook, and it gets in there eventually. But it is really helpful to have the glycerin coating in there already so your glitter just doesn't stick in one place. So I'm going to add just a little bit more to get a more diversification of color in here. And then you want to think about if you're going to add charms to your piece. So I'm going to use these nail charms. You can get these on Amazon. And I really like them because they have these watermelon pieces and they have slices and rounds. And so I thought it'd be cool to use the slices and rounds. And watermelon's green and red. I'm using like rose and green. You see the theme. So we're going to be putting those in there, and I just used the whole little container of these guys. It seems like it's about just like a good enough amount. Now, you don't want to put anything too big that can't fit into the hole. Usually these little nail charms fit perfectly because they have to fit on a nail, and the hole is about a ½ inch, maybe a little bigger than that, wide. So these guys just pop in really easy. Just kind of, I use this little crochet hook, and I just kind of pick them out and take my time. And then once they're all in there, I shake it up a little bit, and then you're gonna want to top it off with your water. Now, I do about maybe 1/3 water, and the more water you have, the faster it's going to be. The glycerin is going to help suspend. The water is going to help move, if that makes sense. And also, the bubble is actually going to help move too. So right now, I'm just trying to get the bubble out. You do want to get as much as you can, but you want to get about, I would say, the size of a dime of a bubble in there, because the bubble is going to be kind of like a mover and help everything move around. Now I'm going to put the stopper in there and then top it with some UV resin and a little bit of glitter that I had in there. Just to cap it off and also to mask the topper. Now, you don't want to push all the way in. You just want to fill in the area around where the stopper is. You could pre-mix your glitter. I kind of just tap it on there. You don't want too much. And then once you're satisfied with it, you're going to use your UV lights and you're going to dry that guy. I like to do the UV light for maybe about a minute or so. So that way it gets kind of like a real hardness on it. And if you have the time, as you see I'm in the window, I just kind of put in the window and walk away for 10 minutes. But if you don't have the time, you want to hold the light there for about 2 to 5 minutes for full hardness, and then overnight for complete hardness, I would say. And then once it's hard, you are complete. You are done. You did it. You said you weren't a crafter, but look what you made. So you want to give it a really good shake. You want to give it a good shake, and you want to give it a good clean before you use it for the first time. But as you can see, once you shake it up, like it does have some chunks in there. So that's why it's really helpful. See the bubble right there? The bubble helps just like move everything around and move it around. I probably could have put a little less glitter, but I digress. I like how it looks. And see how it just suspends in there? That's the glycerin keeping everything just like kind of floating around, and they're just so cool. Like you really could put any color combo if you're having like a baby shower or like a team event or a bunch of friends. This is a really fun craft. And then I would pre-wash them and then maybe wipe them after they're done, and then you can fill them up with a party drink or something like that. A really fun party idea. And if you want a complete DIY walkthrough, click on the link below in the description to go to my website, and it will be there along with other DIYs, recipes, and more. And remember, click and subscribe and follow along for more.